Have you ever looked at a roller coaster at a theme park you've never been to and thought, you know what, that looks kind of cool, or that looks kind of... what even is that thing? Well, me too. So that's why today I'm going to be going over some of the insane, crazy, and just weird rides that I would love to get the chance to ride at some point in my lifetime. I mean, some of them I'd be quite hopeful to ride later this year or even next year at some point, so... that's a sly hint. Some devious foreshadowing. I've been wanting to do another bucket list coaster video for a very long time now, ever since I wore those sunglasses and suit. Look at my distinguished self. What a look that is. So that's why I'm here, to rattle off some of the best looking roller coasters in my eyes, because... and if you do want to enjoy this video and you want to see more just like this, then please consider subscribing. It'd be greatly appreciated. Of course, with this being a bucket list coaster video, there's going to be roller coasters from the likes of the UK, Europe, and then even to America. I'm touching down in America again. And you never know, there could be some rides like Spinning Jesus roller coaster. Although I got told in my last video that apparently has been removed, so sad if true. But we're going to have some in the UK, and then some out of the UK, and then some in the UK, and then some out of America. Because first up is Megaphobia at Oakwood over in Wales. And this is a fun fact for you all that I don't think I've ever said, but I am actually half Welsh. Wait, no. A quarter Welsh. There we go, we got there in the end. And I have actually been to Oakwood, but it was such a long time ago. I was still probably about 6'5" though, and all I did was this one log looking ride. That was a beautiful ride, to be fair. But Megaphobia has always piqued my interest, to be fair. I mean, it looks like a very good wooden coaster, even before the reprofiling and the retracking that's happening now. But yeah, I've always wanted to do it. It looks like a solid wooden roller coaster. Enthusiasts seem to rave about it in this country, saying it's like the best thing on earth. So I might get a tattoo of it. So here's to doing that at some point. A type of ride that I also have no idea whether I'm going to ride at any point in my existence is quite an outlandish coaster, and that is one of these things here. I believe it's a Mack Mega style ride. I've got to get the model type right this time, guys. I mean, I apologise for my previous mess ups, fellow nerds. One goes by the name Storm over at Etnaland, and then the other is Alpina Blitz at this place, and both of them look like so much fun. With my rankings and stuff, you'll realise about me that I probably prefer to ride something that's fun over something that's really intense. But yeah, those two coasters I mentioned seem to have some really good airtime moments. It's nice and floaty, some tight turns, and it's all packed into a very small area. Yeah, it's an odd one that I don't think anyone else probably has on their bucket list, but yeah, fun ride. Now I know I did just say that I don't really care all that much about intensity, but I've always wanted to ride this one coaster, and it's at Gold Reef City, called Tower of Terror. No, not the Disney one. And no, not whatever that is either. I'm talking about one of the roller coasters in the world. That's it. I'm just talking about one of the coasters in the world with some of the highest intensity and some of the highest G-forces pull. 6.3 Gs it pulls. That's almost double Nemesis. I can't believe that. Imagine hitting the bottom of that droppage. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that ride looks so funny. Although one ride that does look quite funny, because it's not actually finished being built yet, and when it actually is built, it won't look so funny, is Voltron at Europa Park. Now, Europa looks amazing anyway. Like, that theme park just looks bliss. It looks beautiful. I'm going to visit it one day. I'm going now, but this new roller coaster Voltron opens next year, and it just makes me want to go even more. It's like a bigger Big Dipper by Mack, and it looks like so much fun. Again, there it is, me using the fun card to describe why I think it's a bucket list coaster. It's going to be a world-class roller coaster. That being said, I can't make this video without actually mentioning the world-class coasters of the current period. That being, of course, Velocicoaster at Universal Studios Orlando, Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens. That looks just beyond stupid. And then as well, you've got Tron over at Disney. I mean, that just looks like... I'd love to ride B-Tech Velocity at Flamingo Land. But as we're talking about American coasters right now, what are probably both my top bucket list coasters right now are at Cedar Point, and that is Steel Vengeance and Maverick. They are literally positioned right next to each other at the same park. How beautiful is that? I mean, after doing the monster that is Zardra, followed by Untamed, which is like the smaller version, sort of very, very relentless, having one that combines the height and speed of Zardra and the ferociousness of Untamed into one big mess, it would be a dream to ride that thing, and it'd probably easily be my number one. But at the same time as Steel Vengeance existing, I do quite like me a launch coaster. So Maverick being right next to what could potentially be my number one could potentially be my number 45. But yeah, I just can't imagine how good those elements are. Like, I need to go to Cedar Point. But outside of Cedar Point and outside of Orlando and the whole of America. The one coaster that I really want to ride is Wildfire at Kolmården. I mean, if you don't know already, I did go on a really recent trip to Sweden, so I could have gone. It's just the train prices, when you're trying to plan it on the day, are just a bit too high. I'm so gutted I didn't get to ride it because that ride just looks so incredible. I mean, the pacing on it, the height, the upside downs and the right way up. But to be fair, it surprises me a lot that a zoo went, you know what, our first major thrill coaster, let's make it an RMC. How random can you get? I promise you I will get back out to Sweden to try and ride this thing. I mean, it also means I get to go to Leesburg again, so that's me sorted. What are your top bucket list coasters? Leave it in the comments below and be sure to subscribe. Cheers.